Hello, happy Saturday. This video is in response to Ashley. We actually had we both had the same first scenario about Mr. Thomas asking his school counselor to kind of pull that small group to discuss about weight and being healthy and things like that. And I agree with you that communication is key and that getting consent from the parents is so important. Um, I think it was very wrong of the principal. I mean, I agree with you. Like it's going to create a conflict in these kids. And it was, I mean, I don't even know how he came up with the group that he did or how he determined that. Um, but I feel like him as an administrator put his counselor in this very like uncomfortable position that he never should have. Um, Especially because he knows that counselors are ethically bound, um, to make sure that parents are aware of what's going on. It doesn't matter if it says in the student code of conduct, um, or in the district handbook, XYZ. The bottom line is that getting parental consent is always so important, especially because it's a group of first graders. I mean, these kids can't consent on their own. They don't know. And it just, I agree with you. Like, he really should have had her reach out to parents, or maybe him reach out to parents and say, like, hey, this is the kind of group we're forming. The counselor's going to help us out with it, you know. Um, and I don't know if maybe he can try to find some positive spin on it, but I don't see the parents like getting a positive reception from the parents, whether it's coming from the counselor or the principal. Um, But yes, definitely getting parental consent is super important. Um, the second scenario that you chose was scenario number 8, and it was about the 15-year-old male who doesn't want his parents um, to know that he's seeing the counselor. Um, I agree with you that the dilemma is that the student's a minor and he doesn't want his parents to know. Um, but again, it's all about getting parental consent. I like how you said that you would tell the student like, hey, I need to get consent from your parents, but you also kind of stress confidentiality and said like, we can pick and choose what is it that you want me to share with your parents or what you don't want me to share. I think that's a very positive response in that scenario. And I think it would go a long way with the student to feel like they have your trust or they can trust you. Um, and I think it's going to be a very positive thing to kind of help build that relationship going forward, knowing that, he's not hiding anything. And, it's kind of out in the open and the parents know you're seeing him, but you've kind of drawn a line of, hey, what we talk in our sessions is confidential unless, he's thinking of hurting himself or hurting others, or, in those cases, in any other extreme emergency. So I thought that was a really good way of you approaching the situation. Um, and then your last scenario was scenario number 10 about the children experiencing difficulties related to parental separation and divorce. Um, Again, I agree with you that before sending the letters, um, maybe once you get the list back from the teachers, kind of reaching out to the parents, like you said, like a phone call, an email, would go a long way, especially because, I mean, I feel like parental separation and divorce is a very delicate subject. And, some parents might see it as you're inserting yourself in their business, or like it's not your place to talk to their kids about that. They might not see it as you trying to be helpful. So I think definitely reaching out to them one on one before even sending the letter out, making sure that you get consent was a really good idea. So overall, I think a lot of your scenarios kind of had the same ethical dilemma about getting consent. Um, and I think you did a really good job with responding in the way that you did. So hope to hear from you.